And welcome to another Just Kane with your host Just Kane, and of course we have Toby Daniels. Say hello, Toby. So today I wanted to tell you about a recipe that I accidentally discovered. So how this recipe came about was that I was renting a room in my home out to a Polish lady, and she liked a very particular set of food. Anyway, she moved out and left a load of Polish food in my fridge. Now, as it happened, I had one of those drawers at the bottom, you know, the salad drawer at the bottom. It didn't have any salad in it. And the glass shelf above it snapped. And all of her Polish food, these particular ingredients, all fell in. And I went away, I was out. I was out for the weekend, and so I had no idea this had happened. And I came back to discover that these particular set of ingredients had fallen into the drawer below. And as I'm cleaning it out, foolishly, I ended up putting my fingers in my mouth, which you should never do, but it tasted delicious. So I started looking at the packets, and I went and found a supplier of where she got them, and I went and bought them, brought them home, and I tried to recreate this accident. Not by just literally dumping it all into a bowl, but I used a very methodical lesson, and after a couple of attempts recreating it, I actually recreated the actual accident itself into a usable recipe. Now, this is a recipe that I've made for lots of friends. I've made it for some family members. My second cousin, Honey. Hello, Honey. Absolutely loves this recipe, as does my cousin, Laura. Hi, Laura. Who loves this recipe. And Honey, my second cousin, actually gave this dessert a name. She called it Uncle Kane's Magic Pud, because whenever she had it, it made her feel better. And my cousin Laura said it was like eating angels. So, and I've kept this recipe to myself for all these years, and I've never told anybody. So I thought what a nice thing to do would be to share it with my YouTube family, so you can all go out and get these ingredients. So we're going to go off to my favourite little Polish shop, which has appeared in one of my other videos, where we tried Polish sweets. So go check that out. I'm going to put a link to that video in the description. Go check it out. And I hope you really enjoy this video, because I'm now going to show you how to make this dessert. God, this is nice being out. Well, it's a bit overcast today, but it's lovely and bright out here today. It's so lovely. And again, I do apologise for the sound of the traffic. There isn't really a lot I can do about that, as we are walking by a main road here. So I'm not going to film too much of me outside and about in the street, because we do have a distance in which to walk. Oh, look at all the people out and about with their dogs. Not much social distancing going on today. Well, the good thing is my camera is 2 meters in front of me, so nobody can stand in front of me, because I can go like that, you see, and move them. But anyway. So hello, here we are. Hello, you're right. We are now in my favourite little Polish store. which is where we're going to buy the ingredients we need if we can find them. Aha. First of all, we need this. This is what you're looking for. It's actually a form of mascarpone cream cheese. The next thing we need is this. You can actually buy this in most supermarkets, but I always come here for it. It's quite expensive. And you're also going to need one of these, a big pot of yogurt, your choice of which flavour you buy. Now the important thing about this recipe is that it is very much what you want to put in it, you put in it. So if you want to include some fruit, some chocolate, you want to include, you know, any of your favourite sweet snacks. So I'm looking for one more ingredient from here. Oh, there they are. There they are. Oh. These. Now this is why I always come to this particular little Polish shop, because I know that this particular Polish shop always sells the ingredients that I need. So, and like I said, with this recipe you can pretty much add in any ingredients that you decide that you want to put in it. So if you want to put some chocolate in it, you put chocolate in it. If you want to put fruit in it, you put fruit in it. If you want, I mean, any of your favourite sweet treats, you want to put that in. You want to add a bit of jam to the mixture, you add a bit of jam to the mixture. It's not going to do anything, but you can do that. Personally, I'm just going to make it fresh as it is, because that's how I particularly like it. But we're going to get these recipes, and the great thing about having this camera in front of me is that I am naturally social distancing. So hello, here we are. We're in Just Kane's kitchen, and I'm going to go through some of these ingredients with you again. So we got these, and they look like this. If you break them in half, you can see they're very dry, like rusk. If for this particular recipe, if you were going to go with the British version, you would use something like a ladyfinger that you would use for ladyfingers that you would use for a trifle, that sort of things. This is the mascarpone. This is obviously mascarpone cream cheese. You can get British versions and they work just as good. This is basically, it's cream. It's double cream, basically. And this is just any old large tub of yogurt you can use, Onken, you know, the British version. So if you wanted to make this using only, you know, products you can find in Sainsbury's, you'd go with ladyfingers, mascarpone cream cheese, full cream, double cream, and a pot of yogurt. Okay? So what you're going to see next is I'm going to actually bring you up onto the counter, and you're not going to see me so much. You are just going to see the ingredients. Oh, not that one. That's the gardening spoon. I don't know what it's doing in there. There we are. So first things first is you take the mascarpone cream cheese and you put a good couple of dollops in. You don't have to use it all, but a good couple of dollops in there. You then use the cream. And the yogurt, which is the flavour that you want. Now you always use all of the yogurt. And on a jug like this, what you should have is, you know, a fairly full jug load of this mixture. So as you can see, there we are, we're giving it a good stir. It's got a really good colour. It's a bit thicker than I would like it to be. So if you find that it's a bit thicker than you like it to be, add more cream. And what you're doing is you keep going until you've got, I suppose, the same sort of consistency you would have if you were making something a bit thicker than pancakes. See, that's still a bit too thick. So we add a bit more cream. And you just keep stirring until it's all mixed together. And that's about right. That's the sort of consistency you're looking for. It's still fairly thick and gloopy, but it does pour quite easily. So then what you do is, it's quite simple. What you do is you line the bottom of your bowl with these biscuits. I always think it is better to use the rough side up for this. So, and then if you've got like little holes there, you kind of just fill them in. Like that, you see. And then we pour on some more of this. And then we pour on some of that mixture. Now that's good, because now we're coming to the rest of the cream. So we're going to put some more cream in there, because we want the top part to be a little runnier than the bottom. See, there's a real difference. It's much runnier. That first layer, you want it to be quite thick. And if you feel that you need to, you can add a bit more of the mascarpone. I always do at this stage, I always add an extra spoonful of mascarpone at this stage. So there we are, it's good and runny. So then you come back to your bowl, and you basically just do that really, and you just kind of just fill the bowl with these until you've run out of mixture. Basically, it's that simple, basically. There's not really else to it. Now, as I said before, if you want to, you can add, at this point, you can add fruit, you can add your favourite sweets, you can add anything you like, really, to this particular mixture. You can add just about anything you want to it. You know, but with each layer, you must make sure you've got a full covering of the biscuits before you add any more of the mixture. Now, do you see there? We have a big gap there. If you find that you've got a big gap there, you just break the biscuits and you just literally wedge them in. And you just literally stuff it until there isn't any gaps in your mixture. But the mixture itself must cover the entire amount of the biscuit. There must be no biscuit left. And then you want a good layer on top. Now at this point again, you can add some fruit to line the top with, or anything of that nature. anything you fancy, like again your favourite sweets, hundreds and thousands, anything like that. I prefer, now this is what I'm going to do. Oh, that's a bit of a large chunk. You simply transfer to a fridge and leave it. Okay, so this has now been in the freezer for a little while and it's ready to serve. And it's ready to serve. Okay, not the most glamorous looking of dishes once served, but it's not about look, it's about taste. So let's give this thing a whirl. It's creamy. The biscuits are no longer hard. They've become almost like gâteau, almost like cake. And the chocolate on the top just gives it that little crunch. And you see, this is the thing. This is one of those desserts that you could just pop in the fridge. And the longer you leave it, the better it gets. I mean, I left that in the freezer for 3 or 4 hours. And it's done. Ready to serve. It's delicious, it's moist, and it's my own little taste of heaven. So I hope you enjoy my recipe. I hope you get out there and make it yourself. If you do, send me a picture of your creation. And if you have a recipe that you want me to try, go along to my Just Cane Baker Facebook page, leave it on there and I'll try it and I'll let you know. Or go to my Twitter or my Instagram or my TikTok, they're all there. Let me know what you think. Send me a picture of you trying it and enjoy, everyone. Oh, just simply divine. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it. So from me to you, thank you very much, and don't dream it, be it. Life is yours to make. So bye bye now.